Good morning. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here at the National Weather Service in Pocatello with your weather hazard briefing for Monday, February 21st, 2022. I hope everyone had a chance to enjoy some of those milder temperatures we experienced the past few days, because that is not where we are headed as we go over the next 48 to 72 hours here. First, a note on the snowfall. Still expecting some unsettled conditions to continue today into Tuesday. Do have a broad trough of low pressure over the area that's going to keep at least some isolated to scattered snow showers going, particularly over mountain areas. We will then trend drier as we head toward your Wednesday and Thursday this week. Additional snow on top of everything that's already fallen, 1 to 3 inches or so expected across the central mountains, generally to the west of Chalice and Mackay, and then a dusting to about an inch for the rest of southeast Idaho. And again, that'll be spread out, hit and miss here over the next 2 days or so as these unsettled conditions continue. Number 2, bitterly cold temperatures are on the way. We already have very cold air building up over Montana, just on the other side of the Montana divide. We're expecting that frigid air to pour over that divide, particularly starting tonight and then deepening as we head into the day on Wednesday. So low temperatures generally ranging from about 5 above zero to as low as 20 below zero. Actual air temperatures by Wednesday morning, when we're expecting the coldest readings. May also see some wind chills drop colder than negative 20 for some areas, not everywhere, but for some areas Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. And I'll show you that graphically here in just a moment. So unsettled, but trending a little drier as we go through the course of the week. Nothing too terrible as far as additional snowfall, but that cold air definitely going to be noticeable here as we move forward through the week. Breaking it down here by area and by day in our weather risk outlook, all of the color coding here is all driven by temperatures and wind chills. So starting out today, fairly low impact once we get rid of some of those travel impacts that are ongoing this morning from snowfall we saw last night into the early morning hours. Some continued hit and miss snow showers everywhere today, continuing for most areas into Tuesday as well, but we start to deepen that cold air across the region. So the areas lit up for minor impacts here are locales where either those air temperatures are just going to be frigidly cold. Stanley, we're looking at you as one of those target areas, or they're going to be areas where we start to see those wind chills become problematic. And with that cold air deepening here into Wednesday, we drop the snow showers just about everywhere, but more moderate impacts expected for a few zones here due to those wind chills, particularly during the morning hours on Wednesday. And it will be noticeably cold everywhere, regardless of where you live across our southeast Idaho forecast area, particularly Wednesday. We're going to continue cold into Thursday, Friday. It looks like those temperatures will moderate just a touch each day as we move forward. A little bit less of a wind chill concern, but certainly still quite cold across southeast Idaho to round out the week. Taking a look at watches, warnings, and advisories this morning, we do have winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings continuing for many areas just outside of our forecast area if you will be traveling. No alerts in effect at the moment for our area. We are seeing snow winding down this morning, but be on the lookout for some continued slick roadways if you do need to head out this morning for travel or recreation. Certainly, anytime the roads have snow or ice, definitely want to slow down and practice those safe winter driving tactics. Satellite this morning, you can see this thickest cloud cover streaming to the northeast here, starting to try to exit off to our east. See those thickest clouds here, generally from the I-15 corridor eastward, but looking up to the north, certainly additional cloud cover upstream. And as we mentioned, we're going to stay unsettled here for a couple days with broad low pressure generally still in place across the northern Rockies. This is a graphic we put out just a little while ago on social media this morning showing where the most organized snowfall is continuing as of this recording. We do still have a little bit of a band of more organized snowfall here to the north of Idaho Falls, still impacting I-15 near Roberts, and then over into the Rexburg and St. Anthony areas. Radar overshooting some of this, but there is some snowfall also further to the northeast from Ashton up toward Island Park. This general area of snow is moving off to the east, so particularly as you head to the north of Idaho Falls, you head to the north of Driggs, seeing ongoing snowfall producing some slick travel conditions up across this region this morning. As this continues to transition eastward, it will diminish and eventually get out of our area by about mid-morning, and we'll just be watching for additional light, isolated to scattered snow showers across the region for the rest of the day, particularly across mountain areas in the higher terrain. How much new snowfall could we see? This is additional snowfall on top of what already fell yesterday into the overnight hours, covering the next 2 to 3 days. So you can see, big picture here, we're not expecting a lot. Most of our lower elevation areas an inch or less, but certainly some good coverage here where we may see a dusting out of some of these continued snow showers here for the next day or two. Higher amounts of 1 to 3, 1 to 4 inches up here across portions of the Central Mountains. Galena Summit maybe being one of those higher points as far as snowfall accumulations go. And we may see an inch or two here as well, wrapping into the Tetons, the Big Holes, some of the higher elevations here up across eastern Fremont County as well. But as far as significant accumulations, just not expecting that much here to accumulate over the next several days. But be on the alert for slick travel conditions anywhere that you do see snowfall on the roadways. If you're looking for 2 inches or more of that fresh powder, maybe you're looking to go out skiing here over the next couple days, here's our probability map. And you can see across most lower elevation areas, 10% chance or less of seeing an additional 2 inches of snow. But heading out here into the Central Mountains, places like Ketchum, 52%, 84%, pretty good chance up in the Galena area, some of the higher elevations there in the Sawtooths and Boulders. Also over here toward the Wyoming border, 20% chance or so in Island Park, 33% chance in Swan Valley, 69% chance in Driggs. So some of those typical high elevation areas that do a little bit better with snowfall certainly may see some amounts of 2 inches or greater to kind of top everything off here over the next 2 to 3 days before all this activity winds down. High temperatures today, noticeably cooler, but not terrifying quite yet. We're holding a lot of that most frigid air to the north of the Montana Divide here, at least for a portion of the day today, until we can get winds throughout a deeper chunk of the atmosphere to turn into the north and really send that air mass pouring down the Snake Plain. But compared to what we've seen the last few days, certainly colder. High temperatures below freezing, generally in the 20s for most of our forecast area. As we step into Tuesday, we have low temperatures during the morning shown over here on the left of much colder readings as that air mass moves in below zero just about everywhere from the Wood River Valley to the Arco Desert up toward Ashton northward and getting down into the single digits to low teens south of that. Only making it into the, depends on where you're located, 10 degrees or so for high temperatures Tuesday in Island Park, 14 in Chalice. Readings a little bit warmer up into the low to mid 20s as you head down toward the Utah border. Wind chills Tuesday morning, though, going to feel even colder once you factor in some modest winds, particularly up across northern areas. May see some coverage of 10 to 20 below zero readings here as far as wind chills go. Again, this is Tuesday morning. Right now, we don't have any sort of wind chill warning out for this area. We're watching how the forecast trends as far as exact readings and what coverage we can get of those significantly cold wind chills, but certainly going to feel colder than actual temperatures. That cold air deepens into Wednesday. So here on the left, actual air temperatures Wednesday morning. A lot of places dropping to 10 to 20 below zero. This is, again, actual air temperature readings. A little bit better clearing as far as the clouds go on Wednesday morning, too, according to our model guidance. So that's certainly going to help these readings plummet. Bottoming out just barely above zero here as you get down into the southern highlands and toward the Utah border. Afternoon readings over here on the right, topping out generally in the teens. Maybe a few 20-degree readings here for places like Twin Falls and Burley, down toward Preston and Malad, but certainly remaining cold region-wide. And the last graphic I'll show you here, even colder wind chills expected, coupled with those colder temperatures Wednesday morning. So you can see across the Arco Desert region, up into the Big Lost region, and then up across Clark County, the Upper Snake Plain, Island Park. Better coverage here of readings potentially 15 to 25 degrees below zero. So as long as we have the list a little bit of modest wind in place here Wednesday morning, possibly a better candidate for needing wind chill warnings for portions of our forecast area. So stay tuned as we make those decisions here in the coming days. And then temperatures on Thursday remaining very cold here across the region, moderating just a few degrees compared to what we see on Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's what we're looking at here over the course of the week for Southeast Idaho. As always, we are here 24/7. Feel free to reach out with any questions, comments, or concerns. Everyone have a safe and pleasant Monday.